one of my friends lent me the anime of Black Cat, and I'd heard relatively good things about it. I mean, I never heard anything great, but I heard it was semi-decent at least. I suck at explaining plots, so Wikipedia it if you're curious about the plot, but I have to say, I think I am probably one of the only people out there that just didn't like it. I'm sorry. I felt that it literally had every aspect of bad traits that I can't stand in anime. Firstly, the animation was terrible. I mean, it was keyframes constantly. I swear the only thing they really animated was their mouth flaps. And even then, it was like, so it doesn't really count. Which I can forgive. Like, I know plenty of anime that, have bad animation but can get through it. I felt the characters were boring, disagreeable pretty much. They're stock pretty much. Like, if you've met one character like that in the history of ever, you know them already. The series kept trying to imply that there was a lot of character development, which there was a little bit, but it definitely was not as much or as strong as I think they were planning. For example, when the three main characters are traveling together, it comes out of nowhere. It's like, okay, well, they saved this guy and he's traveling with them. And it's really hard to believe that not only realistically, why the fuck are they traveling together, but also it's impossible to believe that these characters care about each other because there's nothing there to care about. Like, there's no common ground, and there's a lot of filler in the show, as I feel. And you'd think for as many filler episodes and as much as they try, there just is not any character development, and it's really hard to take the show seriously. And that's another thing. Like, you can tell you're supposed to take it seriously in a lot of parts, and I just can't. I just could not take it seriously at all. The humor in it was... Now, this may work for some people, not me personally, but it had the chibi effect. So basically, anytime they wanted to lighten the mood or just make an awkward transition between conversations or whatever, they'd have some stupid chibi freak out, and honestly, that was like the only thing they'd animate, and even then, oh man, it was terrible, and it was just stupid. Like, I'm sorry, for those of you who really like this series, I mean, I tip my hat to you, because honestly, I can't find anything to like about it. For me, personally, I have seen so many anime that just, like, that I feel that this one ripped off of, basically. And I have nothing against, I mean, if it's going to be cliche, that's fine, but I feel like you have to bring something to the table, and I feel that this anime just literally did not do that in the slightest. The only character I remotely cared about at all was the main character, Train, and that's only because he talked the least, and when he did talk, I didn't want to smash my head through a wall. I tried both language options, by the way, for those of you who might be wondering. In English, it was done by Funimation, and Funimation just... you know what, that's another talk for another day. And Japanese even didn't save it, so I don't think that really had anything to do with it. I don't know, I really don't have that much to say about it. Like, it really, honestly, was just a disappointment. It's boring. It rips off everything. So, I mean, if it entertains you, then I guess it's doing its job, and I am the minority in my opinion of it, but, I really do not hold a very strong opinion of it, and I do not recommend it in the slightest, and I'm really disappointed with it. Yeah. Let's see, I think there was something else I want to add about it. It has an ending. I guess that's good. I mean, it's not the greatest ending. I mean, it's nothing to brag about, but I guess at least it's over. It's about 20 episodes long, and you'd think, based on its plot, that it would have a lot of action in it, but it doesn't. I mean, they give you the illusion that it does, but they don't. Again, it's keyframes, and when they are supposed, you know, it's implied that they're fighting, I guess, because it's just close-ups of their face or their body or their arm going like. So you really actually have no idea. Like, a friend and I were trying to watch it. I was trying to watch it again to see if maybe I could, you know, see what the hell, like, you know, maybe see it from a different perspective this time. And even she, my friend, turned to me and was like, what's going on? I have no clue because it's so choppy and it doesn't make any sense. So, at first, when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, well, it's okay. I mean, something great, but blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I'm going to give this anime a 3 out of 10 at best. I guess it does its job because it's entertaining for a lot of people, and it could have been decent. Like, I feel like it had at least a few things about it that if they had gone in the right direction and known what the hell they were doing, they really could have pulled it off, but they didn't. And I really don't recommend watching it at all. I just don't. Oh, jeez. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. The humor sucks. The animation sucks. The characters are unmemorable. Not memorable. Whatever. And yeah. So I'm really tired. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for rambling about this, but I had to get this off my chest. Yeah. So I told you I'd talk about anime eventually. Yeah, I just had to find something bad enough to talk about. All right. Peace.